What is up, guys? This is Lynx, and today I'm going to be bringing you probably one of the biggest moments in me playing Destiny so far. So, as you can see here, I've got all raid gear and then an exotic helmet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and upgrade this for the final time and go ahead and get myself to level 30. And I'm finally level 30. Thank Jesus Christ I'm level 30. This has been a long time coming, ladies and gentlemen. Long time coming. And since I'm level 30 now, and I've been playing on this account for, I would say, close to 8 days, I have a pretty good grasp on the best kind of setup that you can have for a hunter. Whether it be armor, whether it be guns, whether it be perks. So I'm just going to go over my personal preference and what I think to be is the best setup for a hunter thus far. So, let's go ahead and start off with my armor. Now, the Affiliate Symbiote, if you're using the Gunslinger subclass, which I am, I think the Gunslinger subclass is so much better than the Blade Dancer. We'll get into that later, but let's go ahead and look at this one. So, what this helmet actually does is it gives me an extra gold gun. 3, I have 4, and that helps out not only in like PvE and everything like that, but in PvP as well. So, my other just standard raid gear, I'm not too picky with raid gear. I mean, once I get it, I just threw it on. So, that's what I would use. The cloak, it doesn't really matter what cloak you use. I just use my Dead Orbit cloak because it helps me rank up faster. It helps me rank up my Dead Orbit faster, which is the faction that I chose. And let's go over here and look at subclasses. Now, like I was saying, the Blade Dancer and Gunslinger subclass. Now, I'm predominantly Gunslinger just because of the fact that it is so much more practical. Let's go ahead and look at it. Now, with the Blade Dancer, I mean, it's nice for PvP and stuff, but it'll get you killed in PvE. Like, once you get into, like, the higher raids, or the higher weekly nightfalls, and higher strikes and stuff like that, you can't be getting really up close and personal with anybody, or one shot and they'll hit you. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I've got. Now, my grenade of choice is the Swarm Grenade. Now, the reason I like this one is just because the Swarm Grenade has the ability to hit more than one person at a time. And then my jumps, triple jump, obviously getting a third jump is better than 2 jumps. Duh. And then for my gold gun, I've got combustion. So once you shoot someone and you kill them, they will explode and then thus do splash damage to the people around them. So if you shoot them in a pile of enemies, then you'll get more than 1 kill. Now my throwing knife is the Incendiary Blade. Now what this does is once I actually hit somebody with my throwing knife, chances are it's not always going to kill them. Like, if they have full health and I throw my throwing knife at them, it's not really going to kill them just because the throwing knife's not that strong. So what this does is it'll do solar damage over time if I hit them with my arc blade, or with my throwing knife. This makes my toughness and speed better, my armor and agility's up, or higher, so just my armor's higher. And then for this stuff, definitely Gunslinger's Trance. Now what this does, if you get a headshot with it, you will see Gunslinger's Trance, like, off to the bottom left of your screen, and what this does, it increases the weapon's stability up to 3 times. So if I'm getting, like, you should always aim for headshots, so if I'm getting, like, multiple headshots in a row, then the stability of my weapon is going to be more, therefore making it more efficient. And then Trained Focused on Toughness, which just makes me stronger, and then Chain of Woe. Now what this does is it speeds up my reload speed. So obviously that's helpful because, I mean, getting ammo in your weapon faster helps out in just about every situation that you could have. So that's my setup for my Gunslinger Hunter subclass. And like I said, I don't really use my Blade Dancer just because it's just sort of irrelevant at my level. And then we're going to go on to my guns. Now the guns are just user specific basically. Like, I'm a big ass fan of the Suros regime. It's the best auto rifle in the game. The only downfall to it is that it is exotic. Use legendary sniper rifles and a legendary machine gun just because of the fact you can only have 1 exotic equipped at a time. So I like auto rifles, so I use the Suros regime. But it's all about either personal preference or what you're actually doing. Like, for the Nightfall, say you have burn, like this week's Nightfall has arc burn, so I'm going to go ahead and take off my Suros regime and throw on my Fatebringer because it does arc damage. So it's just a big preference on what you would do. The one thing I would not ever use are pulse rifles. I don't own a single pulse rifle because it's basically a dumbass version of an auto rifle. I mean, especially if you have the Suros, just because the Suros regime has 100% stability and has more of a clip and is just more useful than a pulse rifle. So if you have a pulse rifles, I feel sorry for you. I wouldn't use them if I were you, but that's just me. So like I said, this is all based on personal preference. I'm set up for a raid right now. As you can see, I'm heavy void damage, so that's just what I like to do. I constantly keep void damage, but I also have a little bit of everything on me. Like I've got void, arc, and solar damage on me at all times, just in case when you get to enemies that have solar shields or arc shields or void shields and just stuff like that, it just makes things a whole lot easier. So, if you guys enjoyed this best class setup, don't forget to leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.